What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. This week's episode is going to be a little bit different from most episodes, because I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of the Summer 2022 Forbidden and Limited list, or I guess ban list as we call it, and what we could basically expect to see happen in this ban list. Now, I do want to point out, as a disclaimer, this is in no way, shape, or form a ban list prediction video. I will be doing one sometime in the next couple weeks, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I'll be doing it sometime in the next couple weeks. But I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on what we can expect from the next ban list, if you will. So, if you look at the last battles, excuse me, sorry guys, I am so fucking tired right now. Anyway, if you look at the last balance that we had, which was for the February 2022 format. Looking at it now, we got Mega Fanbase Auroradon banned, Prankhead's Meow Meow Moo banned, Verde Anaconda banned, which were pretty much expected. We got Jet Synchron back up at 1. Before Power Monkey Board back up at 1, Red Rose Dragon to 1, and of course Yatagarasu back up to 1. Crystron Halka Fibrax, Shooting Riser Dragon, and of course Change of Heart back up at 1, which, to be fair, they were... Oh, and also Time Seal back up at 1, which Time Seal, nobody uses Time Seal anymore, because if you don't know anything about it, let me go to it. Let's go deck editor, and I'll go to this deck, to my Arcana Knight deck. So Time Seal's effect reads: skip the draw phase of your opponent's next turn. This is basically a way to... This would work in conjunction with Yatagarasu, which, if you guys don't know about Yatagarasu, the effect reads: this card cannot be special summoned. This card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase of the turn. It is normal summon or flip face up. Sorry, I literally was saying that while I was yawning. Let me rephrase. This card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase of the turn. It is normal summon or flip face up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they skip their next draw phase. Basically, this was this was part of what was known as the Yada Lock. So if you guys don't know about the Yada Lock, it was excuse me, it was a it was one of the most nasty combos you could ever think of. It was just... It was, pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy to say the very least. Because of the fact that you needed to have cards such as card destruction. You needed to have, cards like Delinquent Duo, Confiscation, Trap Dust Shoe. These were some of the main cards you need to have to literally like to force the opponent to not play any form of Yu-Gi-Oh at all. It was pretty crazy back in the day. But yeah, those are the cards that got limited to 1. The cards that got semi-limited to 2, we had Draco Might Knight, the true Draco fighter, Cyber Angel Benton, Fire Formation Tenki, Pot of Desire, Trickstar Late Stage, and Wall of Revealing Light. And then of course the cards that got taken off the list were Night Assailant, Trishula Dragon the Ice Barrier, Salmon Gray Mirage Stalio, Hero Lives, Salmon Gray Circle, and Scapegoat. So you look at this ban list, right? And you think, okay, there's a few cards that got banned, so what, big deal. Truth be told, it was a big deal, because Aurora Dawn was basically token spam. And not only was it token spam, it helped you go into a Mecha Family's tuner to go into the shooting Riser Dragon, which was mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing to see. Now, as far as Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo, it had a very interesting effect, and I completely decided to log off Nexus, unfortunately. So let's go back to Deck Editor, finally, and I'll choose the Battle Boxer deck. So let's see here, Meow Meow Moo. You can only link summon this card once per turn. If a Prank Kids monster you control excuse me, would tribute itself to activate its effect during your opponent's turn, you can banish this card you control or from your grave instead. So this was basically that was one of the big reasons why. Basically it would allow you to basically just go into basically just help you go into even more of your plays, which was pretty crazy. And then of course to Verde and Anaconda, I mean, it's Verde and Anaconda, there ain't much else to say about that. I think, yeah, those are the only cards that got banned, which is hilarious. Now, as far as the cards that got limited to 1, Monkey Board is rather interesting. Monkey Board is kind of an interesting card. So the effect of the pendulum effect of Monkey Board reads: unless you have a performable card in your other pendulum zone, this card's pendulum scale becomes 4. During your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you can add 1 level 4 lower performable monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this was basically the Rota for the whole deck, which was pretty insane. And then the monster effect reads: you can discard this card, reveal 1 performable or honest monster in your hand, and if you do, reduce the levels of monsters in your hand with that name by 1 until the end of the turn. So not only was this a Rota, but this was also a cost down, which gave you even more plays to make. Yeah, sorry guys, one of my nails got cut for some reason. So again, it was basically a Rota cost down where the pendulum effect, you get to Rota pretty much any card from your any performer power card monster, from your deck to your hand, and then you get the cost down effect, and basically you get to just summon out a level 5 monster as if it was a level 4, which was pretty insane. Now, Red Rose Dragon, I mean, it's a tuner, so you can't really go wrong with that, honestly. And again, with Yada Garasu, nobody runs Yada anymore unless if they were playing like Go format or something like that, or like Edison format or whatever. That's one thing, but in today's meta, nobody plays anymore, so it really doesn't make a damn. Hulk Fibrax, we kind of expected Hulk to get limited, and the reason being is because of the fact that this is essentially a one-card combo on its own. Like, if you're able to summon this card turn 1, you essentially just win. It's essentially just an auto win no matter what. Riser Dragon is an interesting card because with Riser Dragon, I think I have it in my Stardust deck, don't I? I do not. I believe it was in my Black Rose deck that I used it in. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. No, it's not in here. Where did I... Was it my Chronomaly? Maybe my Morphtronic deck? Yep. Thought so. In the Morphtronic deck. So, Shooting Riser Dragon reads, this card, if this card is synchro summon, you can send a monster from your deck to your grave whose level is lower than this card's on the field. And if you do, reduce this card's level by that monster's, but for the rest of the turn you cannot activate the effects of monster with the same name and the same name that said monster had in the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per chain during your opponent's main phase, synchro summon. So this was basically, that was basically the reason why, was because you could easily synchro summon during your opponent's main phase. So you would basically would be able to go into a card like say Vermilion Dragon Mech or Navy Dragon Mech or Power Tool Dragon or whatever, go into one of those, or if you had the right materials, you can go into Ally of Justice Decisive Armor, which was just absolutely insane. And then of course to Change of Heart. Change of Heart is Change of Heart. I ain't saying nothing else about it. Time Seal, we all know about Time Seal. Everything again, and then of course to Dynamite Knight. Dracos are just pretty much done for at this point. Cyber and Juventus, I don't know why the card was brought up to 2. It just makes no sense. It's none of once per turn. Literally, it's just I don't know. Everything else is just like kind of whatever. And then of course the cards that got taken off the list completely. Hardly anybody uses Night Assailant or plays Salmagrax anymore, so it really doesn't matter. But if you look at this ban list and compare it to the next ban list, this ban list was what we needed as we went into the North American Championship in Chicago, where I believe let's see. I believe it was won by somebody. I don't remember who it was. I'm going to try and... Let's see. Here we are. This might be what I'm looking for. Let's see. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. I think 2022's North American Championship was a rather interesting one. Apparently I can't find it. Maybe here. Sorry, guys. I apologize if I'm taking too long. It's just that I don't really can't find anything at all. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly who won. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find anything. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find jack shit. Honestly. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find anything, but I can honestly say that this was a rather interesting, it was a rather interesting tournament because we got to see, we ended up, I'll admit though, oh, here we are. This is my work. Top 4 deck lists. Here we go. Okay, okay, finally. Okay, so first place of the 2022 North American Championship. First place went to Hansel Aguero, who ran Sword Soul Tenny, who was running 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Ecclesia, 3 Moye, 2 Taya, 3 Strategist Long Wan, and then of course he was running the tennis the tennis spears. He was running 3 Adhara, 3 Ashuna, 1 Shadana, and 3 Vishuddha. And then of course his back row, he had Call By, triple Droplet, triple Heavenly Dragon Circle, triple Mystic Mind, double Desires, and of course triple Sword Soul Emergence. And then the traps, he had triple Rivalry and a Sword Soul Blackout. And his extra deck, he had a Baron de Fleur, triple Baxia, which is a really busted ass card, a Berserker of the Tenny, 1 Xiao Fang, triple Monk of the Tenny, a Shaman of the Tenny, double Sword Soul Grandmaster Shi Xiao, double Grandmaster, a single copy of Sword Soul Sinister Sovereign, Queen Long Wang, I believe his name, a Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign Cheng Yang, and a Yazi. Side deck, he had triple Anti-Spell, a Feather Duster, triple Lightning Storm, triple Nibiru, and then of course the side frame package, a driver, 1 driver, triple Gamma, and then of course a red Reboot. Second place went to Ryan Yu, who ran Sky Striker, and his deck was pretty much what you would expect from a Sky Striker deck. Hand traps for days. Triple Ash, triple Valor, triple Ogre, double Nibiru, triple Ray, double Rose, double Droplet, triple Missing Mind, 2 Offerings to the Doom, which was a very weird card. Double Pot of Prosperity, a single copy of Rhoda, and then of course the Sky Striker cards, he had 1 Ares Zero, 1 Afterburners, 1 Horned Drones, 1 Shark Cannon, triple Widow Anchor, 1 Multi-Roll, 1 Engage, and a Terraforming. And then of course the traps, he had triple Imperm and a Metaverse for the Area Zero and the Mystic Mine. And then of course his extra deck, he had the Axico Talker, the Hakafibrex, Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomy, Liner the Light Charmer Lustrous, Celine, Queen the Master Magicians, Double Hayate, Triple Kagari, one Kaina, Triple Shizuku, and a Zeke. And then of course his side deck was double Cosmic Cyclone, double DD Crow, triple Dimensional Barrier, one Nibiru, a third copy of Nibiru, double Tikenbu, triple Token Collector, and a Twin Twister. Third place went to Pascal Manigat, who was running Floowandereeze. Why? I've got no clue. I think that deck needs to get hit big time because of the fact that Dimension Shifter, all of these cards are just absolutely insane. AVR, I think the top cards that I feel like should get hit from the Floowandereeze deck are Shifter, Ryza the Mega Monarch, some more Bird of Perfection, and Apex Avion. Stormwinds, you can easily out it with a Kaiju, so that's nothing. And then of course fourth place went to Elijah Green, who ran Marine Sense, which is a very weird deck. But if you look at these decks, you think, okay, these decks are pretty good, right? Wrong. They're good, but there are so many problems with these decks. And those are cards that I feel like should get hit. You know, such as the Sword Soul cards. I think one of the biggest cards that definitely needs to get hit is Heavenly Dragon Circle, which has a very interesting effect. Let me see. I know I talked about it on the channel before. Tribute one worm monster, add one worm monster from your deck to your hand. And if you tribute a non-effect monster to activate this card, you can special summon it instead, but negate its effects. During your main phase, if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish the card from your grave to add one Tenny card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this card once per turn, and only once that turn. So basically, this would be basically with Dragon Circle, it basically allows you to just cycle in more of your Tenny Spears to go into cards, such as your Baron, Monk of the Tenny, Berserker of the Tenny. Just go into those and just combo up from there, and it's essentially a one card combo. So hands down, Dragon Circle needs to get hit big time. We know that Sky Striker for some reason is still running strong, even with Engage. I think at 1 still. Let's see. Yeah, even with the Sky Striker cards, Hornet Drones, Multi-Roll, Engage, all still at 1. The deck is still running strong. So I think if Engage were to get banned, for say, hands down the deck would just die down right quick. And then of course too, their Sky Striker Ace Extra monsters, definitely Kagari is still much so a big problem, because I believe, let's see here. If this card is a special summon, you can target a Sky Striker spell in your grave, add it to your hand. Yeah, this was basically Spell and Trap, a Spell and Trap version of Monster Reincarnation, which is pretty insane. Hayate, let's see. This card can attack directly after damage Cal's card's battle send us. Yeah, this was basically a way to just tag this card out back to Ray, which is pretty insane. Zeke on the other hand, Once per turn, if this card is linked summon, you can target a face-up monster in the field, banish it until your opponent's next end phase. Once per turn, you can target one other card you control. This card gains 1,000 attack, then send the targeted card to the grid. So, oh yeah, so definitely the Sky Striker cards definitely need to get hit again, but that's just my opinion, honestly. Now, Flow on Deriz, again, as I said before, Apex Avion, Ryza, Samorg, and you know, cards like Dimension Shifter, and I would probably say Eaglin definitely need to get hit, because you guys saw that I talked about the Flow Under's archetype earlier on before the archetype was released. So if you guys saw that video, you guys already know. But I truly believe that those cards definitely need to get hit, and if they do get hit, there is no way in hell that the deck could rise to the occasion. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Marine says, I mean, Marine says it's okay, but it is what it is. But again, I think the biggest pro of all of this is that Konami does indeed hit the cards that I just mentioned. But the biggest con of them all is that they hit cards that nobody plays anymore. Whether it's Gravity Bind, whether it's like a Mirror Force or whatever, just as random examples, nobody plays those cards anymore. So that brings me to the question of the day. What decks do you guys think should get hit on the next ban list? And again, this is in no way, shape, or form my ban list predictions. I'll be doing that in the next couple weeks. So be sure to answer the question today in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want to see more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Friday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.